Alright, good afternoon guys. Jeff, Godless Scummer, back again. Going to apologise for the fact that any background noise and the lighting here isn't great, but I'm out at the moment. This is kind of the quietest spot I could find to film this. So, the second video of the day, if you didn't see my one earlier about Validation Boy, the big idiot, please, I'd appreciate if you go and give that a watch. This video is kind of going to be a brief recap, and also a shameless plug for an event I'm going to, an event that a friend of mine is putting on. If some of you may recall, about a month or two ago, I uploaded a video about a guy called Lance Gregorchuk, who was involved with organising this big atheist kind of conference in Brighton. It was an event that I was planning on going to, but after Lance's appearance on David's podcast, I just couldn't justify going to that. And those who remember the interview, Lance was I think was treating David really as if being beneath him the whole time, and he negged David an awful lot through the whole thing, and then was just, but it's a long thing to go into, but it wasn't good, and I didn't appreciate that, because I was angry about that alone, because I've kind of got one of these attitudes, you fuck with one of my friends, you kind of fucked with me sort of attitude. So I didn't appreciate the way he treated David. But during that interview, David asked him a question about platforming Lawrence Krauss. Obviously, you know, Krauss has got some very serious accusations hanging over him. However, let's just say, without going into all the details of this, let's just say Lance could not have answered that question any worse than he possibly could. There was a fallout from that time, the time we made our video, because if you remember that some of the YouTube creators and myself did kind of make an appeal to some of the speakers to reconsider speaking at this event. At least two that I'm aware of have dropped out as a result of that, of what Lance did. One of them was Aaron Ra, who I'll speak about in a minute. And yeah, Lance lost his job, whatever it was he was doing with this event, as a result. Now, I don't think any of us wanted Lance to get fired. That's not what we were trying for. I think we wanted Lance to actually listen to the criticism and engage a bit. And but like this guy, so Lance got kind of fired as a result of that. But the other organizer, this guy John, he didn't exactly do an awful lot to remedy the situation apart from getting rid of Lance. But it's not like he did anything to remedy the situation. In fact, he kind of doubled down and was couldn't seem to understand why people had an issue, which is strange, because I'd have thought that was quite apparently obvious why people had a problem with this. So as a result of him doubling down and not listening, David has decided he is going to hold an event on the same weekend as this thing in Brighton. He's got speakers from the community, and so we're going to have the first ever, it's been affectionately known as Davecon. Speakers include Aaron Ra, Lloyd Evans, Rachel Oates, Fader Most Gracious. I think there's maybe one or two others that I'm missing out. I'm sorry if I'm leaving you out here. So it's going to be very good. I believe Aaron and Lloyd Evans are going to be having a debate where they're going to be debating the positions of their former religions, which I think could be quite interesting. You know, it could be a lot of fun. I think that could be. So, and also I should say this: Dave is not ripping people off like the event in Brighton, because I'll say this: the event in Brighton, the tickets for that were pretty damn extortionate. Dave's is very, very reasonably priced,
and I think it's going to be a very good evening. So this is going to be a little plug for me, from my mate Dave, to go to Davecon. I'm going to put the link in the description. There are limited tickets available because of the size of the room and so on, but this should be a good event. It's nice, it's in the centre of London. This should be a very good event, I think. So there we are. Bit of shameless shilling for your event there, Dave. All right. See you guys later. Salute.